Short of the 45 at the 44.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Mahomes firing complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Bourne came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Out onto the field comes Traquan Smith and the rest of the offense. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Out of the gun, Hill. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is incomplete.
fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. Now this throw caught left side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take it like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Hill's throw complete there to Smith. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Saints just continue to roll.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Alonso looked to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Taysom Hill who finished it off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now here is another interception. P.J. Williams with a pick. The utter domination. Here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Hill. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there.
there to make the grab. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the fourth. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Mahomes.
That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. Back to throw.
He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire.
Touchdown!
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin.
Taking it right down Broadway. The 20, 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got.